Hey patrons, it's me again. I just wanted to do a little update and a little spoiler video of some upcoming projects. Unfortunately, those projects are going to have to be put on hold because I'm getting ready to move. However, we are looking really good at having a consistent flow of videos even through the move, so that is awesome. But because of the move, that also means that there are some projects that I'm going to have to scrap for a little while and have to come back to at a later date. And today I figured I would show you the very largest of those projects and the one that I was very excited about, but unfortunately I had to go back burner. You ready? It's right behind me, right there. See that arch? Yeah. Let me grab it for you. So this is a giant wheel. And this giant wheel was inspired by I've been trying to make a big wheeled something for quite a while. But then I saw a guy who built exactly this dimensions of a wheel. And he put a pirate ship in the middle of it. It was like a steampunk pirate ship. It's pretty awesome. I'll see if I can find a link or description somewhere so that I can put it in here so you guys can look it up yourself. But what was funny is that I saw how big he had made it, and then I went back and I said, I'd like to make it a little bit bigger than that. And as I tried to make it a little bit bigger, it turned out to be exactly the same size as his. The person who wrote the article that I read was off on their measurements of how many studs wide it was, and so I ended up making it exactly the same size. But in my version, it's actually going to be a wheel that has solid sections on either side of it. So instead of being hollow in the middle and having the pirate ship that the guy had inside here, what I'm going to do is, if you're looking at it from the front, there would actually be a huge section attached here that does not move while the wheel rotates. And then it's going to have cannons on one side. It's going to have a little hangar bay and stuff. I mean, this was going to be huge. Part of the other inspiration was that it was going to be Mandalorian, and it was going to be the AT-AT killer. So these things were going to roll into battle and bash the AT-ATs and just knock them right over. Almost like bowling. Unfortunately, there is just not enough room for me to keep this together while I move. But there were some really awesome pick-a-brick options that had to do with this particular build, including these 1x4 snotting bricks with 4 studs on the side. These were on the pick-a-brick wall, as well as black 1x1 cheese wedges. So I did figure out this guy, and it actually does rotate. It's a little squirrely, and oh my goodness, it's actually falling apart underneath because I'm not supporting it very well with my legs. But it's got a wheel on the inside here that interacts with the same plates that are on the floor. And the idea behind that is that it would balance out the weight. That is not going to be the case. I'm really going to have to do some major engineering on this. But this whole thing actually did rotate and used train wheels to stay on the track here, and then just a slightly larger rubber wheel on the inside to hold it up so that it didn't sag. Because if I remove this center beam, the lines right here actually fall down a little bit before they get tensioned. So I wanted to hold those up in place, and you can see I can go ahead and move it like that. But one of the parts I'm really proud of is actually the tread. So I did actually make a tread here using those cheese wedges. And it's got a lower inset section here, and then it's got a bunch of extra sections in cheese wedges going different directions. And so that was going to be the tread. And it worked pretty good. I did copy a lot of that from the guy who originally made this thing because he had some really good solutions that I didn't really want to reinvent the wheel for. Oh, that was a terrible pun. So this guy is going to get scrapped. It's going to go bye-bye. But I hope to revisit it soon and possibly in the new house, really go nuts on it. It just depends on fortune and whether or not I end up with the time and the space to be able to do it. So there you go. So that's pretty much it. Right now I'm going to be doing some other little preview videos and build breakdowns for you, all you patrons. Now I can actually take that apart because I showed it to you. But that's kind of what I'm looking towards is as I break down the Lego room completely this time, to show you some of the creations and the projects that I've been working on that may not get finished in time before the move, or that I just ran out of inspiration on and have been holding on to for a very long time. But until we see you next time, thank you very much, patrons. You guys are awesome.